Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. My name is Valerie, and this is Valerie Loves Books. I'm here today to discuss or to just go through a list of books that I plan to either toss or keep. Now, there are a number of them, so I will go through them as quickly as possible. It is imperative that I make this separation. The, of the books that I'm going to dispose of or sell, and the books that I plan to keep that are dearest to my heart. So that is my intent here, to get through this live video. It has been a while since I've been on Valerie Loves Books, and I really missed the opportunities or the opportunity to update my YouTube channel with another video. It's been a little challenging over the last year, trying to get settled and trying to understand what's going on in the world, to find out if there's going to be a tomorrow. So it's been a little challenging and a little depressing in a way. I want to feel that I can read a book and not worry about wasting my time, perhaps, doing the right thing. So books are not a waste of time. It's just that there are priorities that must be set when times get a little challenging. And I view reading a book as luxury, and I absolutely love it. I have some great books here that I'm not sure about. So what I'm going to do here is put some more light on the subject. So let me do so. One moment. And I sincerely hope that you can see me now is the most important thing. So let's get through this list. Hopefully within the hour, I can cover at least, I must say I must have about 30 books here. I think overall there must be about 200 books in my stash. The problem is this: I can't transport all of my books, even though it's a very, very small amount. I believe that I only should keep what I really need, the ones that I actually need. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I am, trying to get rid of books. And I'm going to just go through the first book here. I just go through them rather quickly, actually, and see if I can accomplish this within 1 hour. Now, I did say that there are about 30 books here. I said 40, didn't I? Maybe 50. We'll see. All right, so the first book I have here is Alexander Dumas. Now, this is one book I plan to keep. I have to keep this book. Yeah, it's a classic, and I recently went to Paris, and I actually I saw a lot of sculptures or statues raised in his honor. Alexander Dumas. So I can't wait to get into that book. So that will be on my list to keep. Now, here's one I plan to just toss. I just picked it up one day while I was thumbing through books that were being given away. And I thought, let me participate and contribute to their effort. And I thought I'd get through this book. The cover is very interesting. And it just drew me to it. So I'm going to put it in the pile that is to be sold or given away. The next book, I did read this one by Misty Copeland. And I tell you, this was such a good book, but it was meant for young adults. Very good book. I kind of want to read more about her life. And I got to say, I was very impressed because at one time I enjoyed dancing myself. So I'm going to put this one in the books to be given away. This is The Art of Travel. Now, I'm not sure about this. I plan to travel, and I don't know if this will benefit me or not, but it's called The Art of Travel. So there's an art to traveling. I think what I'm going to do is review it just to see if there's anything that it has to offer for me, since my intent is to do a little bit of traveling. It was a national bestseller. All right, so that's 2 books. I, Tina. Now, I had every intent to read this book, but I never got around to reading I, Tina. Um, I've watched the movie 3 or 4 times, maybe more. And I gotta say, there's a lot that I can use in this book because it reminds me of my upbringing, or it reminds me of my grandparents' home. So I'm kind of thinking I should put this one on the stack to keep and decide later. Just want to make sure that whatever I don't keep, I can obtain later on. It's not going to be um, the books that I do give away. I want to be able to recoup them later on after I have moved from somewhere, from some bookstore or thrift shop. All right, so the next book I'm going to pick up here is 50 Shades of Grey, which was an interesting read. So I'm going to put that on the pile to be given away. I read that through and through, and I think it could have been a little bit better. It was okay. The next book is The Unbearable Likeness of Scones. Who knows why I bought this book? I don't know. But I felt as though it would be a challenge to read and to get into. It's written by a Scottish person, and supposedly it's an utterly delightful new novel by a best-selling author. So I think I'm gonna leave that to my stack that's to be given away. All right, so here's one, The Alchemist. Now, I've had this book forever, and I absolutely thought I would read it from cover to cover. I think I may have started it and got midway and just fell out of touch with it for some reason. And I want to understand it, so it may mean that I would have to read it once or twice or more. And I don't mind doing it, especially when I'm calm, relaxed, and secure. So, yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I've had it forever, and I thought it was a major, major um, um, a very important book, but it's not grabbing me right now. So I'm going to put it on the list to give away. Okay, now this is, oh my God. I started reading a part of this last night, and I swear, America's First Daughters. No, America's First Daughter. And this is about Jefferson, um, the Jefferson's White House. I'm just going to go through it just a little bit more here. Yeah, this is primarily about Thomas Jefferson and his White House. And I think Sally Heming is brought up in the preface of the book. So I find this historical, even if it's a creative nonfiction, but I kind of want to hold on to this one. I like the feel of it. Yeah, I want to hold on to this one because I love history. All right, so we're going to put this one in the pile to keep. So far, there are 4 books to keep and 5 to give away. All right, so this is one I definitely need to keep with me, and this one is Practical Spanish Grammar. I've had this one since college. Isn't that something? I've had it since college, and I need it. I absolutely need to understand Spanish. So I'm going to keep that one over here. And here is a small business kit for dummies. Man, oh man, oh man. I truly wonder if this is relevant today. But It's all about organizing corporations or organizing entities, LLCs perhaps, or corporations, bookkeeping and accounting basics. Now, I'm finding that this might be a good book for business, actually. So I'm thinking I will keep this book. So my stack of books to keep is growing. And again, thank you. This is Valerie Loves Books. And my goal here today is to rid myself of books that I love, but I can't afford to keep. So my intent is to box up books that I'm going to keep and move them along with me. And the stacks that I have developed here for that I'm not going to keep will be sold or given away. All right, so that was Small Business Kit for Dummies. This is a great book here by Jamie Brenner called Blush. I started reading this one and I really liked it. I just didn't have the time to complete it. I would love to get through this book. It had some very good things, some very good chapters. It's been a while since I've read it, and my intent is I would like to get back to it. So this may be going with me on my journey to my next location. All right, so that's getting through one stack. I'm going to move forward, and yeah, I'm not as organized as I want it to be. Not at all organized as I want it to be. So I'm just going to plow through it and hopefully get through this hour with all of the books that I have. Now, this is just a journal from last year, and I plan to just transfer all of my information from that calendar to, no, I'm going to scan those pages. That's going to make more sense to me. Some of this can be scanned. Now, this is memories from high school. I have to hold on to this. Memories from high school. Oh my gosh, I remember going to a high school reunion, and I believe I was the only person that had this from high school. I was totally shocked. And I was thankful that I held on to memorabilia of this kind. Yeah, my prom date, high school boyfriends who were ballers. And oh my goodness, what a treat this is for me. So yeah, I'm going to hold on to this one. And I think I better move this stack to the floor because it can really get kind of heavy up here. All right. Thank you so much for being here in the afterplay. It's just, I'm totally disorganized and I just want to get through stacks of books that I plan to keep and that I can't afford to keep. Because right now, my intent is to move and travel light. As Billie Holiday could say, I'm traveling light. All right, here's another book. Now, this is French. I had a great desire to just, after being in Paris last year, I thought I would have this opportunity to really study French before I got there. And boy, did I need to know French when I got there. But I did not study it. And I did study it in college, but I need a refresher course. Anyway, Malcolm X. Now, I would like to keep Malcolm X. I think I have 2 or 3 versions of this one. So I'm going to keep this on the list. I have a book, Capitalism and Slavery. That is one I'd like to hold on to. This one I think I can toss, The Importance of Being Earnest. Now, I did desperately wanted to read this one by Oscar Wilde. Now, he is a very famous author, writer, and I believe this is a book about plays. Or is it? Oh, yeah, there are 4 plays. 5 plays all together in this book. Now, I would benefit from this because I do have a play that I'm working on. I had a great, great day yesterday working on my play. I had some revelations and creative juices were flowing yesterday. Now, I'd like to hold on to this, but I'm not sure if I can afford to at this time. I think I'll put it aside in the pile that's going to be tossed or sold. The next book is The World's Greatest Short Stories. Oh, man. Tolstoy, D.H. Lawrence, Chekhov. Oh, my goodness. Kipling. Yes, James Joyce, Hemingway, John Updike. Yeah, I would love to hold on to this book. All right, so that's going to stay with me. Here's another book, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. And she is the author of The Hate You Give. So I didn't see The Hate You Give, and I kind of think I can get back to this one. I'm going to put this one in the to-go pile. All right, here's another one that I just wanted to get into, but just did not have the time to do. This is Bel Canto. Now, this is a book that I had planned desperately to get into, but I never found the time. But now that I have the time, I just don't have the cost it would be to transport the books that I'm not too sure about. Now, this one was the winner of the Faulkner Award, which makes it very interesting and very makes me want to just get to read it, find the time to read it, hold on to it. Maybe I will keep it and decide later what to do with that one. Now, this book here is From College Itself, From Slavery to Freedom. And now the pages are crumpling, but the information is still there, and I tell you, I've got to keep it. I've got to hold on to it. This is precious. I've got to hold on to that. All right, the next book is, as I stated, I have more than one Malcolm X book, so I think what I'm going to do is hold on, toss one and keep one. This book is by Mary Kay Ash. Now, at one point I was going to sell Mary Kay. And then I saw this book and I thought, well, let me actually read about her life. The life and timeless principles of the founder of Mary Kay Incorporated. So I never got around to reading it. But what I do think is I will have time to find it later and read it at that time. So I'll leave that for selling that book. Now, this book here, let's see, has to do with Buddhism. And I think I'm going to hold on to that one. Now, this book here, oh my gosh, it is huge. And I really think I should just toss this one, try and sell it. This is Wanda Brunstetter, Brides of Lancaster County. Sounds interesting. However, I just can't afford to take big volumes like this. All right, I'm going to keep moving here. And the next book I've had since college, I should say since high school. Isn't that something? I just cannot part with this. Strategies in Prose. Oh my God. When I first saw this book in high school, I was mesmerized by prose. I wanted to analyze it. Oh my God. I truly did. Oh, okay. Now, this book here, Gas Money. Now, I just happened to be in a thrift store and I thought, gas money. It was reasonably priced, about $2. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to purchase that book. But I never got around to reading it. So that was the sad part about it. But I did read a few paragraphs in the very beginning. So it wasn't quite what I expected. No, it was interesting, and I thought, well, I can give this some more time and read some more chapters, but I never got around to doing so. So I'm going to put this one on the to go or to sell pile. And we'll think about that. Give it some more thought. All right, the next book is Their Eyes Were Watching God. I've seen the movie, I've read the book. Zora Neale Hurston, I tell you, I absolutely love her and her work. And I'm going to give this one some more thought. I kind of want to put it on the sell pile, and I'll go back through that pile again later. All right, so the next book is James Baldwin. Now, this is something I believe I should keep. I should keep. Yes. Even though it's a compilation of his books. Yeah, I kind of want to hold on to that one. And let's see here. This pile is so much larger than the other. Let's see. Okay, here's another book. And now this one is African Beginnings. I've had this one for a very long time. And I believe it gives me information that I may not find in other places. It's by Olivia Vlahos. Now, I would like to hold on to this one just to, it was only $2.45 back in the day. Ah, interesting. So that's that. Next book. This is my own little pamphlet. Health and Fitness Tips, which I plan to remake. I'm definitely going to keep that. And this is Piano Dictionary. I want to keep that because I don't think this has a list of every piano chord. And I kind of need that when I get back to playing piano. Okay, and the next book is Christmas in Song. So this is just a list of Christmas songs, which I want to hold on to because my music repertoire is very important to me. The Christmas carols. Will we ever carol again? I hope so, with joy and glee. All right, so a book on Frederick Douglass, very important. I'll keep that. Developmental psychology, I will toss that. Although developmental psychology is very important in today's age, but I think this has more to do with children. So I'm going to pass on that. Although, yeah, I think I'll pass on that. All right. Pride and Prejudice. I think I'll keep that one. The Plot Against America. Interesting. By Philip Roth. I will definitely keep that. So let me see if there's anyone in the chat. Let's see here. Is there anyone in the chat? Okay. Let's see here. I believe I would be able to see you if you were there. All right. All right. So we're 25 minutes in, 24 minutes in. I'm going to continue. And let's see here. No private chats. Let's see. No comments. Okay, just, it's been a while since I've gone live, so I'm trying to just get familiar with StreamYard again. And I'm looking to see if there are any people in the chat. Let's see here. So there isn't a chat or a comment or a person in my stream as of yet. So I'm going to keep moving ahead here. The next book I have, which is a very important book, The Culture of Narcissism. The Culture of Narcissism. I must keep this. Alrighty. And Kemet, Afrocentricity, and Knowledge. I believe this is very important. And I have read a few, well, one chapter, I'd say years ago. I've had this for a while, a long time. And I think it's high time that I read it. So that's why I'm going to hold on to that book. The next book I think I have to make a decision on is The Philosophy and Opinion of Marcus Garvey. I've had this one since college too, so I'm planning to keep it. Yeah. I had a friend named Marcus Garvey. Actually, he changed his name to Marcus Garvey. So this book, I'm just going to read it and just get a better understanding of who Marcus Garvey was, Philosophy and Opinions. I'll keep that book. Now, my stack of books to keep is much larger now. The books that I'm tossing and perhaps going to sell is very, very small comparatively. The next book is Bird by Bird. Oh my gosh. Anne Lamott. I have wanted, well, I possess it now. I've wanted to read it for a while. I remember just watching lectures of her talk about writing, and I just thoroughly enjoyed the lectures that I've watched of her. And Bird by Bird, very popular. The next book is Easy Spanish. I've got to hold on to my Spanish books because I'm going to need it. I have a number of books, and I'm trying to decide which books to keep and which books to toss or sell. I am planning to move, and I can't afford to move all of my books, sadly. But I'm going to continue. Here's another book on Spanish. So I have at least 3 books on Spanish that I'm going to keep, and I don't believe that I should buy any more. So anyway, this is a great book by Suzanne Somers, all about health and fitness. Learned a lot. The next book is by Toni Morrison. Now, Toni Morrison is a great author, now deceased. I love the Bluest Eye, and I thought I'd get this one for my collection and eventually have the time to read it. I thoroughly love her writing. The Killing Rage by Bell Hooks. Now, Bell Hooks was very controversial, and this was one of her books that I didn't have time to get through, but it's called Killing Rage, Ending Racism. Just wanting to find out what she was thinking, and I think that's a book of essays, perhaps. Can't wait to get through it. Now, here's a book that I found very helpful. At one time, I was totally into fitness, and I did consult this book on a consistent basis, Herbal Solutions for Healthy Living. Excuse my fumbling of the book, but I think it's very important, and I don't want to part with this one, so it's going to go with me. Just a few more books to go. I have this book since college called Fiction Writer's Handbook. Oh my gosh. I love to write, and this has a preface by Norman Mailer. Totally. I just love this book, the writer's material. Nowadays, do we really need, even though we have AI, I have to read this because I love writing, the elements of writing, the elements of fiction. It's just so interesting to me. So I've got to hold on to this one. This is a book called The Bible. the Holy Bible. I've had this since my I walked across the stage at high school. This was a gift given to me when I crossed the stage. A friend of mine gave me the Holy Bible. Oh my God, I've had that forever. So I'll keep that book for sure, even though I have other Bibles, but that one's very special. Recently, I was in Paris and I went to a bookstore called Shakespeare and Company. Absolutely loved the bookstore. And right there in Paris, um, historical place. Absolutely enjoyed it. Can't wait to get back to Shakespeare and Company there in Paris. Oh my God, speaking of Paris, The Paris Wife. Now, I heard this author, Paula McLean, years ago on Free Speech Radio in the Bay Area. She was giving an interview, she was being interviewed on the air, and she talked about Paris Wife. And it was such an interesting conversation. I had to buy the book. It's all about Hemingway, this remarkable novel about Ernest Hemingway's first marriage is mesmerizing. I loved this book. Ah, so I have to hold on to this one. All right, so I'm getting near the end here, and it's almost 30 minutes in. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Now, at one time, I was curious about the tarot and tarot cards, and I bought this book. However, I have another book on tarot, and I'm just wondering which one to keep. So I'll put this here and decide later. The next book is by Nora Roberts called The Obsession. Now, I had every intent to read this book after I read Witness, but I didn't have time to get to it. But the reason I am holding on to my books is that I'm going to have time to read my books finally. Going to lighten my load of things that I do on a daily basis and find some time to relax and write and read and sing as well as perform. So I have a lot on my plate. Now, this is a very important book called Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome. I wanted to understand that by Dr. Joy DeGruy. I think I'll hold on to that one because I think that one's very expensive. The next book I have is about Lady Day. Lady sings the blues. Billie Holiday. Oh my goodness. Billie Holiday. I have studied Billie Holiday. I've studied jazz. And I tell you, it was a great experience. And yeah, I love everything about Billie Holiday, the stories of her life. And I think I'll hold on to that one because it's crumbling. It's an old book. Another book here that I found interesting is Sullivan's Island. Now, this book offered a lot of things too. I really enjoyed it, and I don't want to give it up. I love the writing style. I really love the writing style. So I'm going to hold on to this one. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I didn't read it all. I just read a chapter. Now, here's a book on numerology, and it's falling apart. But I think it has some very good information. Although you can find this one on Amazon. I thought maybe I had the last one, but I went to Amazon and there it was. But my book is old and I've had it for a while. I think I bought it in this condition, but it wasn't quite, it was much better when I bought it. And I must say, I love it. Getting down to the end, The Souls of Black Folk, got that. Thank you so much for staying with me. I appreciate it very much. All right. As I stated, I do have more than one book on Frederick Douglass, and here it is. Very old one. I think I bought it in this condition. Boy, I like to hold on to old things. That's a good one I like to keep, and I'll keep that one by Richard Wright. All right, getting to the end here. Boy, I have a lot to keep here. I hope I can afford this. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Oh my gosh. I watched the movie Frankenstein as a child, and to read her writing, that is the gift. Um, and to know the history behind Frankenstein, oh my gosh, I'm so impressed. I remember watching Dead Poets Society, and Robin Williams said, reading the greats, and he mentioned Shelley. And I said, Shelley? And now I know who he meant. Oh my gosh. That was a great movie, by the way. All right. As I mentioned, I did read Witness. Oh, this was a great book by Nora Roberts. Witness. Oh my gosh. I really enjoyed her writing. So I want to get back to Nora Roberts. I know she's a prolific writer. She's written thousands, if not hundreds, well, a lot of books, right? All right, that's one book I plan to keep, and here's another book I plan to keep. So, boy, that's my stack. Now, I do have a stack that I plan to get rid of, but that stack is comprised of nothing but music books, music fundamentals, chords, arrangements, piano playing. Oh my gosh, the history of jazz. And I want to keep those as well. So, hmm, I have got to go back through this stack again and just to figure out, okay, the ones I plan to keep, should I really keep them? I think I should actually. I should keep the ones I plan to keep, but what will be the determining factor is the cost of keeping these books and shipping them. So that is going to be the issue. But I tell you, my books are so dear to me, and I can't get rid of them easily. But yeah, that's my stack, and I think I'm going to end there. As I stated, there are music books that I'm considering, and yeah, some of them are very old, and some are new. So I will make that decision privately. But yeah, I have some hardbacks I'm looking at right now that I have to make decisions on, and there look to be about 25 hardbacks to decide upon. And I know for sure there's a good 5 of those that I will keep. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. I I'm trying to figure out. Um, okay, there's one person here. Thank you, Joseph, for being here. I'm still working on, um, yeah, deciding. I think I've gone through everything. Yeah, I've gone through everything. There's one other book here that I did not bring in front of the camera. It's called American Vistas, a very good book about colonizing America. Or, oh my God, I had this book in college. I think my professor even had, he wrote one of the stories in the book is his story that he wrote. And yeah, this is called American Vistas from 1607 to 1877. Oh my goodness. What great information lies within, I should say. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting read again. I did read it in college. Not the entire book, we were assigned chapters, but I just love history. I love history, and can't wait to get to that book again. So, I also have journals that I've written in over the years. I have about 20 journals. And man, oh man, oh man. What I'm going to do with those journals is I am going to scan scan every journal. That's one of my goals tonight is to get through one of my journals, scan the entire journal, and toss it because that weight I can definitely do without. And reading scanned or scanning documents is nothing new. I have lots and lots of documents in my laptop. My laptop, I must have at least 3,000 or more documents. And I want to hold on to everything, evidently, but I've got to get rid of some books. And I just made a stack of books that I plan to get rid of. Thank you so much for being here. I know I'm sort of rambling right now, but yeah, it's important that I come on and talk about books. I love books. And I built this channel first for meditation, for chanting, Namayoho Renge Kyo. But I thought, I'll just do that in my private time and I'll create something that I would be happy to share with an audience and to get feedback from you as well. So there it is. My books that I plan to hold on to and the ones that I plan to sell. I think what I'll do is put them on Vinted, or I will put them on a neighborhood app and sell them there. Or I don't think I want to do eBay. It's been a while since I've sold anything or attempted to sell anything on eBay. I don't know about eBay right now. I may have to look into that, but right now it is of the essence that I begin to move things out, sort things out, and get things sold or donated. That is my goal. But anyway, I want to thank you again for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do ramble when I don't have a script. It can be very embarrassing at times, but thank you very much. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and end this live and try to get back at least 2 or 3 times this week because I really want to get monetized. And it's been a long, long time since I've started this channel. It's been a long time. And I'm thankful for the subscribers that I have now. I just want to increase my watch hours, and I want to bring something back here that's interesting, more interesting to my audience. So I'm going to end it here. I want to thank you for hanging out with Valerie Loves Books, and I hope to see you again when I go live. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.